Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us at London Film Festival. Maybe you can begin with a brief introduction to Under the Volcano. For people who don't know anything about it, what can they expect?
From the film, you shouldn't expect like much action. Shouldn't expect like plot wise being built story. It's more about like observational moments of like some emotional states of the family. Some people are saying that it's like that's the emotions are very real, and sometimes they have the feeling that they watching documentary. But that's my way of filmmaking, and so the certain level of the realism is something which is important for me. Yeah.
Quite shocking sometimes to realise, just how long it's been now since the war broke out. And slowly but surely we are seeing, documentaries, films sort of delving into the impact, the reasoning behind it. This is perhaps quite a different approach. So at what point did you decide you wanted to make a film about this, and why this angle?
I wanted to make a film about this just after the war started, because that was the only way I could deal with that topic. I was more about to like say something about the emotional effects that like the war makes on people, and not like the physical one, because the physical war are very obvious. People are losing lives, they wounded, they're losing legs and things like that. But I don't know many films that are like exploring this emotional state. So I was more to do that. This feelings of helplessness, feeling of guiltness, this kind of stuff.
What sparked the idea of, the concept, the setting of them being on this holiday? Was that something based on that was true to life, or was that just an idea you had?
Yeah, I just found an article in the German newspaper in Spiegel about Ukrainians that were spending the holiday abroad when the war started. So that was the starting point. I was like, wow, this is interesting that the war is starting somewhere else and you are like on a holiday. So what can you do? And then I started to make research, talking to some people that were exactly in that situation, because my actors, they are living in Ukraine since the war started and they still there. So it wasn't their experience, So I was more into like the research, talking to those people.
And what was the process of choosing your cast, and what was the experience of the shoot like?
The main actress, I used to work with non-professionals, so at the beginning I started to explore like non-professionals, but I think there was like too many hard scenes to play to make it with non-professionals. So, but the main protagonist is the main character is Sofia, and she's a non-professional. I found her like during making my short film in Kiev a year ago, and yeah, and then for the rest I made also like a street casting, things like that. Yeah.
And what were some of the challenges on the shoot and some of the highlights?
There were no challenges. I think the weather was nice, everything went good, and the only challenge was maybe working with kids, because we had to finish shooting earlier sometimes, and Fedir, the young boy, has like different, he was in a different mood every day, so that was challenging. But I love to work with kids. I love to work with people that are like not so very predictable as actors are.
And did you have a favorite moment on the flip side?
Yeah, I really like the scene with the fireworks, because that was something unexpected, and I really like unexpected moments in the film. I mean, like at least for me, that I haven't been planning them, and this is like surprise. So that's what I like.
And what do you hope the impact of the film to be? And I guess by taking us on this journey, are you making it more relatable to see, people read the headlines, they can feel quite disconnected from things that are happening, whereas perhaps the power of cinema is you can put yourself in someone else's shoes.
I don't believe in the power of the cinema anymore. So maybe some people will watch it, and maybe some people will like start thinking about themselves, because I think it's not just about the war in Ukraine. It's about like in general. I was about to make more universal story about that we can become refugee over a night, from tourists. So it's not just about the war in Ukraine.
And what does it mean to you to have the film here at London Film Festival?
I'm super happy. I'm here since first time since like 15 years now. So I'm glad to be here.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all that with me, and congratulations on the film. Really enjoyed presenting it here in London.
Thank you so much.